Have you ever wondered what's behind that simple red logo that appears before every Netflix series or movie? Behind that minimalist N lies a story of ambition, reinvention, and a bold bet that changed the way we consume entertainment. A story full of challenges, turning points, and an intriguing myth that still resonates in the halls of Hollywood today. The origin, a blockbuster find and a lightbulb moment. The story of Netflix begins in the late 90s, a time when Blockbuster reigned supreme and the DVD was beginning to replace the VHS. Reed Hastings, a mathematician and computer scientist, was frustrated. He had accumulated a considerable fine for returning the movie, Apollo 13 inches late to Blockbuster. The anecdote, although simple, was the spark that ignited the idea: could there be a movie rental service without late fees? Hastings joined forces with Mark Randolph, a marketing veteran, and together they explored several ideas. At first, they considered a VHS rental service by mail, but the fragility of the tapes dissuaded them. When DVDs proved to be more resistant in tests, the idea of Netflix began to take shape. In 1997, Netflix was born, a name that combined nets and flicks. The first steps: an innovative model and a giant that ignored the threat. Netflix's initial model was revolutionary: DVD rentals by mail, with no late fees, and the ability to keep the movies for as long as desired. Customers could select the movies they wanted to see on the website and Netflix would send them by mail. Once viewed, they returned them in a prepaid envelope. Blockbuster, the giant of video rentals, saw Netflix as a small, unimportant competitor. A mistake that would cost them dearly. While Blockbuster clung to its traditional model of physical stores and late fees, Netflix grew quietly, attracting customers tired of the limitations and costs of the old system. The decisive moment: the offer that Blockbuster rejected. In 2000, Netflix was in financial trouble. The company was burning money quickly and needed a capital injection. Hastings and Randolph made a bold decision. They offered Blockbuster the opportunity to buy Netflix for $50 million. Blockbuster's CEO at the time, John Antioco, laughed at the offer. He considered Netflix a niche market that did not represent a real threat. It was one of the most costly decisions in business history. The transition to streaming, a risky bet that paid off. In the mid-2000s, Netflix began experimenting with video streaming. It was a risky bet, as broadband was not yet available to everyone and the quality of streaming was limited. However, Hastings and his team saw the future: on-demand video over the internet was inevitable. In 2007, Netflix launched its streaming service, initially as a complement to the DVD rental service. At first, the streaming library was limited and the quality was not the best. But Netflix invested heavily in improving technology and expanding its catalog. Little by little, streaming began to gain ground. Customers appreciated the convenience of being able to watch movies and series instantly, without having to wait for them to arrive by mail. Netflix became synonymous with binge watching, the practice of watching several episodes of a series in a row. The rise to the top, original content and global expansion. The real turning point for Netflix came with the production of original content. In 2013, Netflix launched House of Cards, a drama series starring Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright. House of Cards was an instant success and proved that Netflix could compete with the big Hollywood studios. From there, Netflix began to invest heavily in original content, producing series like Orange is the New Black, Stranger Things, The Crown, and many others. Original content attracted new subscribers and solidified Netflix's position as a leader in the streaming market. In addition to original content, Netflix expanded globally, launching its service in countries around the world. Today, Netflix is available in more than 190 countries and has more than 200 million subscribers. The myth of ghost subscribers, an artificial inflation? As Netflix grew, so did the rumors. One of the most persistent myths about Netflix is the existence of ghost subscribers. The theory says that Netflix artificially inflates its subscriber numbers to keep investors happy and justify its high stock market valuation. This myth is fueled by several sources: the complexity of Netflix's recommendation algorithms, which sometimes suggest content that seems irrelevant to the user, the difficulty of independently verifying the actual number of active subscribers, and the tendency of some companies to manipulate their numbers to improve their public image. Although there is no conclusive evidence that Netflix creates fake subscribers, the idea persists. TS. Some analysts suggest that the company could be counting inactive accounts as subscribers, or that it is inflating the figures in certain markets to attract more investment. Netflix categorically denies these accusations. Netflix today, the king of streaming in an uncertain future. Today, Netflix is the undisputed king of streaming. However, competition is intensifying. Disney+, Amazon Prime Video, HBO Max and other services are challenging Netflix's dominance. The company faces pressure to continue producing high-quality original content and to maintain its subscriber base in an increasingly saturated market. The future of Netflix is uncertain. The company will have to continue innovating and adapting to changes in the market to remain relevant. But one thing is certain: Netflix has transformed the way we consume entertainment forever. Final reflection. The story of Netflix is an example of how a simple idea, combined with vision, perseverance and adaptability, can transform an entire industry. A story that shows that today's giant can be the building block of tomorrow. Because sometimes, behind a simple red logo, there is a whole story that few know. If you like this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment. See you in the next video.